I don't know what can be keeping them.
They're late naturally.
Of course, they're late. It never fails.
Well, that's the way things are today. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Quite right.
I came here the first time. They were quick enough to have me sign the lease. They were quick enough to take my check for 2 months' rent in advance.
And 1 month security.
And 1 month security. They were quick enough to check my references. They were quick enough about all that. But now try to get the icebox fixed. Try to get the doorbell fixed. Try to get the leak in the Johnny fixed. Just try. They aren't so quick about that.
Of course not. It never fails. People think they can get away with anything these days. And of course they can. I went to buy a new hat yesterday. I said I went to buy a new hat yesterday.
Yes, yes.
Pay attention.
Oh, I'm paying attention, Mommy.
Well, be sure you do.
Oh, I am.
All right, Daddy, now listen.
Yes, yes, I'm listening.
You're sure?
Yes, yes, I'm sure. I'm all ears.
All right. So I went to buy a new hat yesterday, and I said, I'd like a new hat, please. So they showed me a few ones, green ones and blue ones, but I didn't like any of them, not one bit. What did I say? What did I just say?
You didn't like any of them, not one bit.
That's right, Daddy. You just keep paying attention. And then they showed me one that I did like. Oh, it was a lovely little hat. And I said, oh, this is a lovely little hat. It's the loveliest little hat. I'll take this hat. It's lovely. What color is it? And they said, why, this hat is beige. Isn't it a lovely little beige hat? And I said, oh, it's just lovely. And so I bought it.
And so you bought it?
And so I bought it. And I walked into the store with a hat on my head, and I ran spang into the chairman of a women's club, and she said, oh, my dear, isn't that a lovely little hat? It's the loveliest little hat. I've always wanted a wheat-colored hat myself. And I said, why, no, my dear, this hat is beige. Beige. And she said, why, no, my dear, this hat is wheat-colored. Wheat. I know beige from wheat. And I said, well, I know beige from wheat, too. What did I say? What did I just say?
Well, I know beige from wheat, too.
That's right. And then she laughed and she said, well, my dear, they certainly put one over on you. That's sweet if I ever saw it. But it's lovely just the same. And then she walked off. She's a dreadful woman. You don't know her. She has dreadful taste, 2 dreadful children, a dreadful house, and an absolutely adorable husband who sits in a wheelchair all the time. You don't know him. You don't know anybody, do you? Anyways, she's just a dreadful woman. But she is chairman of her women's club, so naturally I'm terribly fond of her. Anyways, so I walked back into the hat shop with the hat on my head, and I said, look here, what do you mean selling me a hat they say is beige when it's wheat all the time? Wheat! I know beige from wheat any day of the week, but not in this artificial light of yours. They have artificial light, Daddy.
How?
And I said the minute I got outside, I could tell that this wasn't a beige hat at all. It was a wheat-colored hat. And they said, well, how could you tell that when the hat was on top of your head? Well, that made me angry, and so I made a scene right there. I screamed as hard as I could. I took my hat off, I threw it on the counter, and oh, I made a terrible scene. God, I said I made a terrible scene.
Yes, yes, good for you.
And I made an absolutely terrible scene, and they became frightened, and they said, oh, madam, but I kept right on. And then finally they admitted that they might have made a mistake, so they took my hat into the back, and they came out again with a hat that looked exactly like it. I took one look at it, and I said, this hat is wheat-colored. Wheat! I know beige from wheat. And he said, why, no, madam, this hat is beige. You go outside and see. So I went outside, and lo and behold, it was beige. And so I bought it.
I would imagine that it was the same hat they tried to sell you before.
Well, of course it was.
It's just the way things are today. You just can't get satisfaction. You just try.
But I can get satisfaction.
That's right, Mommy. You did get satisfaction, didn't you?
Why are they so late?
I've been trying for 2 weeks to have the leak in the Johnny fix.
Well, honey, you can get satisfaction. Just try. I can get satisfaction, but you can't.
I've been trying for 2 weeks. It isn't so much for my sake. I can always go to the club.
It isn't so much for my sake either. I can always go shopping.
It's really for Grandma's sake.
Of course it's for Grandma's sake. Grandma cries every time she goes to the Johnny as it is. But now that it's broken, it's even worse. It makes Grandma think she's getting feeble-headed.
Grandma is getting feeble-headed.
Well, of course Grandma's getting feeble-headed, but not about her Johnny dues.
No, that's true. I must have it fixed.
Why are they so late? I don't know what can be keeping them.
When they came here the first time, They were 10.
Why, Grandma? Look at you.
What is all that you're carrying? It's a box. What does it look like?
Oh, Daddy, look at Grandma. Look at that box she's carrying.
My goodness, Grandma, look at that box.
Where shall I put it?
Oh, heavens, I don't know. Whatever is it for?
That's nobody's damn business.
In that case, put it down next to Daddy. Over there.
I sure wish you'd get the drawing fixed.
Oh, I do wish they'd come and fix it. We hear you for hours. Whimper.
Daddy! What a horrible thing to say to Grandma.
Yeah, for shame talking to me that way.
I'm sorry, Grandma.
Daddy said he was sorry.
Well, all right. In that case, I'll get the rest of my boxes. I suppose I deserve being talked to that way. I've gotten so old. You know, most people think that when you get so old, you either freeze to death or you burn up. But you don't. All that happens is that people talk to you that way.
Daddy said he was sorry, Grandma.
Well, that's all that counts. People being sorry makes you feel better, gives you a sense of dignity. And that's all that matters, a sense of dignity. You've got to have one. It doesn't matter if you don't care or not either. You've got to have a sense of dignity, because if you don't have that, civilization's doomed.
You've been reading my book club selections again.
How dare you read Mommy's book club selections, Grandma?
Because I'm old! When you get old, you've got to do something. When you get so old, you can't talk to people because people snap at you. When you get so old, people talk to you that way. That's when you go and you hide under the covers in the big soft bed so you won't feel the house shaking from people talking to you that way. That's why old people die eventually. Because people talk to them that way.
Poor Grandma, I didn't mean to hurt her.
Don't you worry about it. She does know what she means.
She knows what she says, though.
Don't you worry about it. She won't know that soon. I love Grandma.
I love Grandma, too.
Well, Daddy, what are you waiting for? Open the door.
I think we should talk about it some more. Maybe we've been hasty? A little hasty, perhaps? I think we should talk about it some more.
There's no need. You were right. Go open the door.
But we might consider the pros and...
I won't argue with you. It has to be done. You were right. Open the door.
But I'm not sure that...
Open the goddamn door.
Was I firm about it?
So firm. So firm.
And decisive?
Oh, Daddy, you were so decisive. I nearly shivered.
And masculine. Was I really masculine?
Daddy, you were so masculine. I nearly shivered and fainted.
My, aren't you a breath of fresh air?
Hello there.
The bandman,
What?
the bandman. Are you come to take me away?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh. Well, my. Aren't you something? I said, aren't you something?
Oh. Thank you.
You don't sound very enthusiastic.
Oh, well, I'm used to it.
That's nice. You know, if I were around 150 years younger, I could go for you.
Yes, I suppose so.
Would you look at those muscles?
Yes, they're quite good, aren't they?
Boy, they sure are. They natural?
Well, the basic structure was there, but I've done some work too. You know, in a gym.
You know, you want to try out for the movies, boy.
I know.
Yep, right up there on the old silver screen. But I'm sure you've heard that before.
Yes, I have.
But you ought to try out for them.
Well, actually, I may have a career there yet. I've lived out on the West Coast almost all my life, and I've met a few people who might be able to help me. I'm not in too much of a hurry, though. I'm almost as young as I look.
Well, that's nice. And would you look at that face?
Yes, it's quite good, isn't it? That English farm boy type. Almost insulting the good-looking in a typical American way. Good profile, straight nose, honest eyes, a wonderful smile.
Oh, you know what you are, don't you? You're the American dream, that's what you are. All those other people, they don't know what they're talking about. You are the American dream.
Thanks.
Well, let's see. If you aren't the bandman, what are you doing here?
I'm looking for work.
Are you? Well, what kind of work?
Oh, almost anything. Almost anything that pays. I'll do almost anything for money.
Will you? Well, I wonder if there's anything you could do around here.
There might be. It looked to be a likely building.
It's always looked to be a rather unlikely building to me, but I suppose you know better than I.
I can sense these things.
Well, let's see. There might be something you could do around here. Stay there! Don't come any closer.
Sorry.
I don't mean I'd mind. I don't know whether I'd mind or not. But it wouldn't look good. It would look just awful.
Yes, I suppose so.
Now stay there. Be concentrated. The folks have been in something of a quandary lately. Sort of a dilemma. And I was wondering if you might need some help.
Can I get you a cab or something? Ma'am?
Oh, no, dear. Thank you. Just the same. I'll take it from here.
And what shall I do now?
Oh, you just stay right here, dear. It'll be explained to you. You'll understand.
Very well.
Well, here we are, Daddy. This is the beach.
It's cold.
Don't be silly. It's as warm as toast. Look at that nice young man over there. He doesn't think it's cold. Hello.
Hi.
Well, this is just perfect, isn't it? We have the sand here and the water beyond. What do you think, Daddy?
Whatever you say, Mom.
Well, of course, whatever I say. Then it's settled, is it?
She's your mother, not mine.
I know she's my mother. What do you take me for? All right, let's get on with it. Daddy, go get Grandma.
Whatever you say, Mom.
Of course, whatever I say.
Where do we put her?
Wherever I say, of course. All right, let's see. Put her over there, in the sandbox. Well, Daddy, what are you waiting for? The sandbox.
What do we do now?
What do you mean, what do we do now? We go over there and sit down, of course. That's what we do.
Do you think she's comfortable?
How would I know?
What do we do now?
We wait. We sit here and we wait. That's what we do.
Shall we talk to each other?
Well, you can talk if you want to. If you have anything to say. If you have anything new.
No, I suppose not.
Of course not. Stop it! Stop! She's throwing sand at me! You stop it, Mom! You stop throwing sand at Mom! She's throwing sand! Don't look at her! Just sit there and... Don't look at her! Be quiet! Oh! There!
Honestly, what a way to treat an old woman! Take her out of her house, put her in a car, dump her in a pile of sand, and leave her here to set. I'm 86 years old, and I was married when I was 17 to a farmer, and he died when I was 30. There's no respect around here. There's no respect around here.
Hi.
My husband died when I was 30, and I had to raise that big cow over there all by my lonesome. My. Where'd we get you?
Well, me, I've been around for a while.
I'll bet you have. Would you look at you?
Isn't that something?
Boy, I'll say pretty good.
I'll say.
Where are you from?
Southern California.
Figures. What's your name, honey?
I don't know.
Right, too.
Well, I mean, they haven't given me one yet. The studio.
Oh, I see. Don't go away yet. I have more to say.
Oh, no.
Anyway, I had to raise that over there all by my lonesome. And what's sitting next to her over there? That's what she married. Rich? I tell you, money, money, money. They took me off the farm, which was decent of them, and they moved me into a big townhouse with them. They fixed me my own place under the stove, gave me my own army blanket, and my own dish. My very own dish. So, what have I got to complain about? Nothing, of course. I'm not complaining. Shouldn't it be getting dark out here?
Oh.
Mommy, it's nighttime.
Shh. Be quiet. Wait.
It's so hot.
Quiet. Just wait.
Ah, that's better.
It was thunder or wave breaking or something.
It was an offstage rumble, and you know what that means.
I forget.
It means time has come for poor Grandma. And I can't bear it.
I suppose you've got to be brave.
That's right, kid. Be brave. You'll bear up. You'll get over it.
Oh, Grandma.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm all right. It hasn't happened yet. No! Don't turn the lights up yet. I'm not quite ready. Would you mind? All right, dear. I'm ready.
Mommy. It's daytime.
So it is. Well, our long night is over. We must put away our tears, take off our mourning, and face the future. It's our duty.
Take off our mourning? Face the future? Lord.
Lovely. It's hard to be sad. She looks so peaceful. Pays to do things well. Right, Daddy? Off we go.
No.
What?
Never mind. Brave mom.
Brave Daddy.
Pays to do things well. Well, kids? I can't move. I can't move!
Very still.
I can't get up.
Ma'am, I have a line here.
Oh, well, you go right ahead, dear.
I am.
Go on, dear.
I am the angel of death, and I am come for you.
What? What? Oh. Oh, I see. was very nice, dear.
Hmm?
What I meant was, you did that very well, dear.
Oh. Thank you, ma'am.
Dear,
Thank you very much.
you're welcome, dear. I'm ready.